Well, when we were thinking about what sort of audience we wanted to attract, we decided we want to go for like the student market. So we chose age 15 to 21. We chose a 15 certificate film and not an 18, basically because with a 15 you get a wider audience, so that means we've got a bigger chance of making a profit, really. I also thought it was easier to market to a student age group, because with things like Web 2.0 coming into play, you don't just have to advertise on TV anymore, you can advertise on social networking sites as well. Also, you know, I think the student age group are the ones that are a lot more likely to go to the cinema, as it's quite a big social event for people to go and watch a movie with their friends. So, and especially if they're at university, they have a lot of free time during the week, they only have lectures on certain days, so going to the cinema is actually quite a good way to pass time. And also with things like Channel 4's E4 Slackers Club, students can now get cheaper price tickets and maybe even free tickets to certain cinemas. So for us it's a lot better, because we'll be getting, even though the price is cheaper, we'll be getting a lot more people going because they're going for a knockdown price, and then word of mouth will help spread our film, and then we'll just get more and more revenue coming in. So in order to attract our audience, what we did was we gave out a questionnaire to the people that would be in our demographic. We asked them what they like, dislike, expected to see in thriller films, just so that we could get an idea of what the audience wanted, so we'd be more likely to, you know, get our target audience into the seats. They basically said the biggest thing was the pace of the film. They liked it to be fast paced, and I, when doing my film opening, I chose to increase the pace in the opening minute of the film. So we started off, we see Emily being watched, we know that something's going to happen to her, and then the tension starts to build, and as the tension builds, the pace builds. So next thing we do, we see her running, but it's in slow motion so that, you know, you can hear her heart beating and your heart starts to move in time with her heart beating. So when it speeds up for the snippets of the clips building up to the climax of the tension, the audience feel that too. The audience also wanted a mystery, so they wanted something that they could think about. So we offered that up pretty quickly. We used the common convention of using Enigma codes that Roland Barthes has theories about, to give that sense of mystery. So we have the title, for instance, which is The Figure. First of all, even before the audience see the film, they'll be wondering, what does that mean? Who's the figure? What's he doing to people? That sort of thing. What gender is he? He doesn't have to be a male. And then, so we see the hooded figure, the figure, and the audience will constantly be wondering until the end of the film who this guy is, until he's revealed. We also have the Enigma code of what happened to the damsel. I mean, she gets dragged into a wooded area. We just hear screams. We don't see what happens, and that's basically because it's a 15 certificate and we can't really show what happens. But we don't see what happens, we just see the after effects of her attacking someone or something with her, you know, attacking the screen. So the audience will also be wondering what's happening there. And because it's a 15 certificate, we know that the audience expected violence. From our questionnaire, we understood that they didn't like gore. Not in a thriller film, they didn't want to see gore, so we sort of didn't really show any blood or guts or anything like that. We just kept it down to violence, you know, implied torture with the sense of her being dragged off and then screaming and things like that, and then the snippets of things that are obviously happening to her. But yeah, we have to have that element of violence in there just because it's a typical convention of the genre, and the audience did say they expected to have violence in their film, and that sort of makes it a thriller.